When you get right down to it, yeah. When you get right down to it, oh, yeah. You're beautiful. I don't mind the world knowing about you. You're beautiful. And I don't care what the magazines say. I don't care what the magazines say. Yeah. You're beautiful. Simply beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
my money.
Okay, so yeah, your finger's pointing at me. I should be ready. Next week I got it. I'm gonna practice all the way on the way here. I'm just gonna practice.
Got it.
Do I though? I don't think I do because your finger was going like this for a minute. Hi everyone, welcome to Minding Our Black-Owned Business with host me, Tenille Jackson, here on What's in It for the Black People Media. Thank you all for being tuned in. I'm super excited. This is episode 8 for season 2. I did the counting. That's what this is. So I'm very, very excited. Today we have Ingrid Levon, celebrity CFO, that will be joining us. But as always, before we get started, and I know you're in there, Ingrid, so we'll bring you in just a minute. But before we get started, I always like to have my little moment, and I'm going to have a little moment today. But this episode is sponsored by, don't tell him, Peach's Restaurant, Chef Cliff Rome. We are opening. Don't tell him we're opening for dine-in after a year this week. I know. So we're getting. So we'll see how that goes. We closed March 17th last year, and we have not reopened for dine-in since. So thank you all to the customers who have really transitioned with us for the carry-out and our curbside service and our catering and all that good stuff. Super excited about that, but we've got some work to do. We've got to open back up, and so we're ready. We've hired some people. We are still hiring, so if you know anybody that is really passionate about working in the restaurant industry, please email me or email us at hiring@romesjoy.com. He and I, individually, collectively, and respectively, are both looking for assistance, which is, if you know Chef Rome and I, that's not easy. So I'm saying it with a smile on my face, but if you know someone with some skills and all that good stuff and super thick skin, both of us are looking for somebody to help us and get everything together. So we're really excited about that. So don't tell them I made this announcement here, but we definitely will be open. I also will be reaching out to some people that are in the comments this week. I am going to treat you all to a practice breakfast and or lunch this week. So if you're available, I'm going to open the doors prior to us opening the doors to the public to you all. So if you're interested, let me know, and then I'm just going to randomly pick somebody today, and then I don't know, we can go eat tomorrow and help us kind of get ready and do all that training stuff. So I'm excited about that. I'm also asking everybody for patience and grace, so you all know that all of that social stuff comes directly to me. If you know me, just inbox me. If something's not right, let me know. If not, go ahead and be authentic in your reviews on Google. So that'll be cool. I'm also excited. Mary wrote a commercial for Two Fish Restaurant, and I'm super excited. Yasmin is joining us on the advertising here at Wiftaba Media. So I'm super excited about that. We have another one coming too, another restaurant coming. So I'm super excited because what I do know, and special thank you to Sissy's Taco Bar, what I do know for my small businesses that advertise with us, just the way that we do what we do, it works. I try to be super easy on the pricing and all that good stuff. So thank you for the small businesses that are also then supporting small businesses. I appreciate you all. So that's that. Again, my guest today is Ingrid Levon. She is a celebrity chief financial officer. And today we're going to dig in and talk to her about creating your stimulus with the stimulus. And I've got some feedback. I've got some thoughts because word on the street is people are trying to do the stimmy shimmy. I took that from Stacy from my mom's squad, but people are trying to flex with their stimulus, especially if you got more than a couple kids. I don't know. Your check about to be fat. So I don't know. We're going to hear what Miss Ingrid has to say. And you can actually bring her in if you want to, just because I do not want to miss out on our time with her. And FYI, I'm gonna touch on this and then I won't touch on it again. But the Wiftable Media lineup is changing, and so I think that also means that this is me kind of telling you guys, this is me giving you my 2 weeks notice that I'm about to go do something else real quick. So I think I'm gonna keep a show. I'm not sure. I'm super excited about Miko Monroe joining the team. And I don't know, but Maze is super secretive when it comes to the lineup and how that's going to work. But if you guys have not heard, the Wiftable Media lineup will change April 1st. I know I'm losing a show. I'm not quitting a show because I own the station, so I'm never going anywhere too far. But I am going to let go of one of these podcasts. So that's an FYI, and I wanted you guys to hear it from me. And I also wanted to bring up, last week we talked about the t-shirt business and how people could collaborate. And one of the posts I saw this week from my friend Sydney, which I just thought was really good, and we don't have to talk about it today, but her post was, I wish there were Black-owned nail salons with walk-in availability. Sometimes we're unable to make an appointment in advance. And I think I over-index on supporting other businesses, other Black-owned businesses, because I do know that I'm not going to a Black lady at this present moment to get my nails done for that simple reason. I've got to kind of get my self-care in where I get it in. I can't necessarily plan that in advance. But I thought Sydney's idea was super great, and I would love to just kind of see the Black-owned business owners that own nail salons, because I know it's a lot of them, but just kind of start, figuring out how we can. And I know it's a balance with keeping somebody on staff and nobody's there. But I think that consumers can drive what we need from business owners in a constructive way to really just kind of make it all make some sense for us so that we can stop going to where I go to get my nails done. So so that's my thought. Ingrid, how are you? Can she hear me?
How are you?
Good. Good to see you.
I know it's been so long.
I
It's
know.
been so long.
So
Definitely longer than 12 months.
way longer than 12 months. So here's the thing. First of all, shout out to Brown Farmer Group. Deborah Brown connected us, which is awesome. You've been in the Mom Squad for years.
I know. Well, yeah, my son is 10. He'll be 11 in November. Can you believe that?
That's
I got
crazy.
a whole kid.
So I'm looking, because I knew we were Facebook friends. You know how, so again, I talked about this last week. In the Facebook world, you connect with like-minded people. You connect with people that, even if you're not like real life friends, when somebody's on their grind, you just tend to like-minded people attract like-minded people. But then
That's
Deborah hit
really
me
true.
up and she was like, hey, can you do this? And I'm like, of course. What? Anything to say I got a celebrity, anybody on my show, I'm going to take it.
Lord. I got big shoes. Yeah.
Listen, no, you don't.
Yeah, shout out to Brown Farmer and Deb. She is
Yes.
a blessing, and she's beautiful. She just has a beautiful soul. So
She does.
We love her.
Yes, we all love Deb. She sent me very specific notes, so I'm gonna try to stay on script. For those that listen to me, one of my things is I don't like, because I want to be authentic in my interview, and I don't want to have done so much research on a person that I'm not necessarily asking elevated questions because I already know the answer. But with Deb, I was like, okay, let me research. But let me tell you this. On the way here, and because I want to just kind of dig in, I listened to a podcast that I want everyone, just in case, I'm not going to touch on all that was done, but you did a podcast called Thriving in the Quarantine with Alicia Bowens. Do you remember that 10 months ago?
I did.
Girl, I listened to that all the way here. I got about an hour ride into the city. I listened to that all the way here. I am so motivated and so inspired. So I just want to encourage everyone to go back and listen to that one once What's in it for the Black People Media is offline. Go back and listen to that one, because you dropped a bunch of gems in there that I think today's conversation will kind of connect the dots from what we were talking about 10 months ago and then what we're about to talk about now. So
look, I hope it was really good, because I don't remember any of the nuggets.
Listen, that's okay. That's okay. I did borrow
really
some.
Good.
I borrowed.
No, but you know
questions.
what? I look back on 10 months ago, and I don't believe any of us actually thought that we would be here 10 months later.
No.
12 months later. But, it's a blessing to still be here. It's a blessing to be a blessing. And I mean, my entire career has been built around helping organizations, companies, and now small businesses that really need the help. And so I'm just super excited that I'm still here, because a lot of people didn't make it, right?
Yes.
And a lot of people didn't make it, and a lot of people are still struggling financially, emotionally, spiritually. So we can't, when people talk about the stimulus, we can't broad brush the fact that it's needed,
Yep.
that it's warranted,
Yep.
that it's necessary.
Yep.
And when I think about the three things that the stimulus needs to do, and the government, quite honestly, right? The first is acceptance, right? The government needs to accept the fact that there are some systemic things in this country that has happened to a group of people that has not been righted. Period. End of story.
Yep.
It hasn't been accepted. It hasn't been addressed. And the first part of really healing a whole people is acceptance, right? And so once you do that, then the next thing you have to do is be accountable. Let's accept some accountability on both sides. Both sides. There's accountability on both sides of the aisle. So I love the fact that the stimulus is happening. I feel like that is another degree, people can argue, well, it's selfish, right? It's for the economy, but when you receive something in the way that it is intended to change your life, then I receive it as ownership, accountability, and a part of that acceptance. And then when you get the money, here's the part. When you get the money, then you have to take action. And no, it is not the stimmy shimmy, is not claiming. Not the stimmy shimmy. I heard you. It is not the stimmy shimmy. It is not, getting kids that you didn't have. It's not claiming folks that you don't know. It's not any of that. Let me tell you, right? I know the deal. Like,
Mom Squad, direct your issues to Ingrid Levine.
Yes, I may be a CFO today, but I know the deal. I know what's going on.
Yep.
And so we have to take action. And a part of the accountability, going back to my earlier point, is not just holding other people accountable, but it's about holding ourselves accountable. And what are we doing? What? Yes. Yes, we have to.
And that's the hard part. But before we go down this, before we beat up on people a little bit too bad, tell people where your entrepreneurial journey started. Because again, I'm all studied up on you, so I know all these answers. But tell people where your entrepreneurial journey started, specifically with your grandma.
Oh my God. So I have been doing numbers since I was 6.
Yep.
And it actually didn't start with my grandmother. It started with my big mama. And Big Mama was a foster mother. Okay. She had 6 foster boys, and she babysat. So she was a foster mother. She babysat. She cooked chicken dinners for the post office right behind her house. She she ran numbers for the horses.
Hey.
And so I tell people that I'm probably the youngest bookie you'll ever meet, because that's really where I found my passion in numbers, and looking at the scratch sheets and helping her understand what numbers people betted on boxing straight. I would take the money to the low brown door. I would take the numbers on a piece of paper with a note that said, she is allowed to give you this money and this note. I would place the bet. And then I would go back to Big Mama's house and wait until the racetrack started, and we would watch the horses. And then I helped her reconcile who won and who got paid and who didn't.
I love it.
Now, mind you, that was at 7.
I love it. When I heard that, I said, come on with it. And I have another show I do about parenting in a pandemic. And obviously, with the Mom Squad, but I'm always trying to inspire people, and really myself, on just what type of things we expose our children to that may inspire them for years to come, or in 20 years or 30 years. You're doing this bookie stuff, but like, here we are as a celebrity CFO, and we never know. So I thought that was super cool. Now, do you currently work a corporate job, own your own business, or both?
Both.
Okay.
And let me tell you, people ask me, well, how do you have the capacity to do both? And I tell them, I don't know, God made me this way.
Yep.
But I also grew up in an environment where everybody in my family worked 2 jobs. Mm-hmm. My uncle, believe it or not, he worked a full-time job, my mother's brother, and he was a substitute teacher. So imagine going to school in the 3rd grade and having to call your uncle by his last name, Mr. Sturgis. I'm like, okay, this is odd. And my mom, she worked 2 jobs. So everybody in my family pretty much worked 2 jobs. So that's all I know. Yeah. So when I am able to work a corporate job, I'm a corporate financial strategist for a global staffing company. Okay. And then In 2010, I started an organization some of you all may know called Windy City Woman of Color.
Mm-hmm.
And that was kind of like me dipping my toe in the water in the nonprofit world and really helping women professionally develop and get to the next level. That morphed into people asking me to do more for them. That morphed into 6 years ago. Dr. Lynn Richardson found me on LinkedIn and
Say that one
asked
more
me to,
time for the people in the back about LinkedIn, because I swear if I jump
let
up
me
and
tell
down and
you,
tell people about LinkedIn
tell
one
you.
more time.
She found me on LinkedIn. We had not spoken in over 20 years, and she found me on LinkedIn and she looked at my profile and she said, we want you to fly to LA because I got some people I want you to introduce. I have not heard from her in 20 years. She only saw me on LinkedIn or social media at the time, but she saw what I was doing. And so that's really a testament to everybody that's listening. People are watching, even if you don't know.
Yep.
And so it's always good to be integral, to have credibility, to put out good work product, and just stay in your zone and mind your business. Look, that's why I love that minding our own Black business, because I was minding my business. I didn't know anybody was watching. And here I am, 5 years later, still the profit strategist for Sunny Girl Entertainment, which is MC Light's company, and helping them expand the brand with Dr. Lynn and New Wealth University, and then my own company, Profit Now CFO. And it just keeps snowballing. So yeah, I got a lot of balls I'm juggling, but it's a blessing for sure.
I love it. I love it. What motivates you to get up and work hard every day? Because again, I think the other part for people that don't understand the balance between corporate and yourself is something's got to motivate you every day, and it's not always the money. So.
No, it's that little brown boy that I had that God blessed me with 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't have to do as much as I do, but I definitely want, and even for him, it's not about the money, it's the exposure. And what I have learned is that exposure can take you so much further than money can. Getting you in the right groups, getting you in the right network. You can't hear me? Are we good? Okay. Can you hear me now? That's okay, guys. It sounds like we have, that's okay. We got a gap, but we will get it fixed. If you're able to hear me, we will be right back.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that.
A little bit.
I hear it.